couple.
Oh Lord.
So yeah, he's going through some things too.
Yeah, I just lost my uncle. Wait, so you know we're live, but yeah, I lost my uncle. So yeah,
All right,
so my only uncle left. I don't have any more uncles, so and that's okay. You know, that's just the way life works.
Time to adopt an uncle.
That's what Alice Cooper said. Well, if you're out of uncles, I could be your uncle. I'm like, I'm the radio. I'm like, okay. It's your funeral. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Everybody, we're live early. We have some special guests today. We got Lou Mars and Dana Hansen from Pink House.band. And Lou is also a friend of Royce's. That's how we know each other. I know Dana from Lou very well. And I recently reviewed their music songs about 2023. I had to go back on the archives. It took me forever to find it, but I found it. I'm like 2023. And yeah, and now they just released a new album, Something She Said, right? I believe I have that right.
That title track of the album, Something She Said, is the
okay.
Thing.
Perfect. I have right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's got it. Well done.
Shameless ad moment.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Nice. You too. Oh my
this
God.
This is in the morning. You should see us at night.
Like, oh boy, they're showing off. Like, look, Brianna White. Anyway, so guys, thank you so much for coming on here. And you know, as I was telling you guys backstage, I just finished reviewing your album, and it's just a fabulous album. And the best way I can place it, you guys probably understand more than I can, but I kind of place it amongst that. You know, I could feel like a good mix, like some 70s rock in there, and maybe like a little bit, kind of like a Beatle-esque in a way too. I can always just like the way you play that guitar, Lou. It makes it feel like I'm listening to the Beatles or something. It's very Beatle-y.
One of the greatest bands of all time, so that's not an insult, right?
No, it's not. You say the very first song, I'm like, oh, that's Beatles right there. It's like I can feel the guitar riff, you know, I can feel, you know, I can hear Dana just singing her heart out and beautifully, and it's just the whole thing is just fabulous in my opinion. I've learned so much about you guys through that record. So how did the ideas come about for that record?
That's wow. And I want to expand this because I'm. How do we expand this?
James, you know how they expand them?
Yeah.
I got it. We can do it.
Dana saved it. Okay.
No,
but now we can't see you guys, though.
No, we're going out of here.
All right.
I want to see you.
Yeah, we have to do.
Okay, come back.
Oh, there it is. There it is. She got.
Yeah.
I like that. Things like that. So. No, that makes it even more exciting. When you're on stage, you can't see anything anyway. So you learn to play, and you got to put on a show and look at the crowd, right? So the question was, how did we come up with that album? Do you have an answer to that, or you want me to take it on?
Well, we both have a perspective on it. I think we came up with the album because we were at an impasse. Our band was shifting and changing, and we said, what do we want to do? How do we want to approach this? Does that feel right? And we said, you know, some of the songs that we had recorded before, we really didn't have as much hand in how they were produced. And so we started there. We went, let's redo them. Then we started having so much fun in the studio. We started writing new songs.
We got to roll back for a second. Because was it over 2 years ago when we first met?
No. It's been
3 now?
4 years.
Dog years. All right. So the first time we met was at a gig I was drumming at, and this will come back around. So I'm not going on a tangent. We met at a thing I was doing a drum off for, and that was either that same day or very shortly thereafter. I came and visited. We're in Dana's home right now, and she has, you can't see it, but back over here, there's all these beautiful instruments in the room. It's full of instruments.
Wow.
Yeah, cellos, everything you can imagine. And so we walked in, we met maybe for knowing each other for an hour, and we started picking up the instruments in the room and just started playing.
And we both said, wow,
it was so easy. Yes, so easy. Songs were just coming out, just like that. And so fast forward, a couple years later, we took this band across, the one you reviewed the first time, across California, and we were kind of litmus testing those songs. And we found them to be for the most part, accepted pretty well. So we're like, they need to be going to another level, though. They need another level. And we also are very different in our styles and our background, which complements each other, I believe. And so we didn't, the hardest part, to answer your question and bring it home, it was how to put these songs on one album, because they were all over the place.
Yeah.
And that's when we realized we were kind of like, well, what if we just did what we wanted and we didn't try to make the album sound the same all the way through? What if we just, hey, I remember this guy.
Dawson.
I've seen him before.
Yeah.
I've seen him before.
Well, you've seen it before, so I guess you're a bad thing. Yeah.
It might have been voices or something. You heard that Led Zeppelin interview?
We did.
That was you. I knew
yeah,
it.
your voice. There
For
you
me
go.
to recall that right now is unbelievable. I'm just gonna say. But I knew as soon as I saw you, I was like, I don't know names, but I know faces.
He's part of the team too.
We decided, we put these songs together. We wanted to do something that doesn't happen anymore. A story is being told. And one of the challenges with MP3s in today's streaming world is you can, just the facts. All right. Dan in Texas. Oh, man.
Dan.
We got to talk to him.
Hey, Dan.
We got to get Dan.
Hi, Dan.
God, it's like a reunion. So today's world, well, streaming, you click one song, then and even on a CD, it goes from one song to the next song. And one of my old favorite albums from back in the day was when I heard the Cars. Remember the Cars from the
they're 80s, right?
Yeah.
Side you flipped it over, and all of a sudden the DJs hated it back then, but the songs went right into the other. You know, they segued. And you hadn't heard a whole lot of that at that point because it was all about radio ready, keep them separate, other than stuff like The Who, of course, Tommy. But this was not a soundtrack. This was not a compilation album. It was just an album. And I was like, it blew me away, that little thing. And I never forgot it, obviously. And that's why we put up the vinyl version on YouTube, which tells the story as if you're listening to it on vinyl, which I think is really cool for the younger people who never got that experience. Go to the YouTube, our Pink House.band channel, and check out, it's side 1 and 2 is on YouTube, the whole album.
Yeah, I actually shared that with James.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, I loved it.
It's cool, though, because you hear the songs the way we wanted you to hear them.
Right.
In the order that we wanted you to. Sure, jump around when you first get it, but check it out from front to back. And you don't do that too much anymore because you can't. But we made it so you can, and I think that's a big part to bring back home what we want to accomplish, and I felt we accomplished it.
Yeah. And the thing that was interesting is sometimes we just try to figure out how one of the songs we were working on was going to go, and we'd be playing around with chords and another song would come out.
We'd
create something new, and it was fun.
The way Dana and I work together a lot is that sometimes we both have an idea at the same time, and it's pretty 50-50. Other times you can kind of tell that this was a Dana song, but then I came in and messed it up with a big bridge. and or she'll, I'll be all, I write a little darker than she does. A lot of the darkness is me. Yeah, I'm gonna admit it.
And he throws it in all my songs.
And so I do. It goes back and forth. I'll have this dark song, and she's like, "But it's sunny outside," and it's like, okay, but it works, And likewise, she'll be getting all Pollyannish in the song, and I'll be. Yeah, but I'm.
Yeah, I did pick that up. I did pick up
especially now
the rap is just like interesting. I like that though. That's creativity though. That's how creativity works.
It's tough. It's a double-edged sword because on one hand, you're told by commercial production that yes, you have. Yes, he has. You're told by commercial production to make everything like a U2 album, for example, where it's just you heard the first song, it's going to sound just like the last. That's not an insult to U2. That's just a type of art. That's a sound. It's successful, and they repeat it in slightly different way. Kenny Rogers did it too. Listen to any of his albums. It's the same song all the way to the end. Now, so it's risky. So when you get to do something like what we just did, you either please several people, it's called a crossover, or you piss everybody off. Because they're like, I want to hear that. Yeah. So it took a lot of time to put the songs in the order that they are, more than you know. because we sat and debated that of how this flow should go until we came to an agreement that we both thought was the best. And I think right now that's the best order is the way.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, I agree. It's a good mix. It goes from jamming to kind of like a different mix all around, like fast, slow. And then you got like fast, slow mix. Yeah, I like that though. It's a good, even mix of different songs with a lot of emotions. I mean, holy cow, a lot of human emotions. Yeah, I can feel that. One of the reasons I became a music journalist because I want to feel those human emotions. I want to feel that pain, unfortunately. Unfortunately for some reason, there's some pains I wish I never did here, but that's just part of the job.
Yeah.
And so like strings. Now I really want to know where you got the idea because I fell in love with that song.
Which strings?
Yeah.
I wrote the music, brought the music.
Yeah.
And we didn't have lyrics, obviously.
No.
But it's funny how this is what really works with us is because I'll bring a sound in and I'm just enjoying how it feels. And he goes, oh, it feels like this feels really emotional about whatever.
What was that picking? You came in and you did that beautiful, that intro, which is, I think, stunning.
Oh, yeah. And he goes, well, what about this? And one word comes out. One word comes out and everything just unfolds.
That's
we banter back and forth, but Lou is a good lyricist. I write lyrics too. Like he said, mine are lighter and whatever, but I do like how he creates the depth in the story.
Yes. I mean, you got a picture. She came in. I was in the background setting something up. I'm always setting something up. Plugging something in. And I heard her, she started doing this. And I was like, oh my God, what is that? Right? She's just sitting there like an artist doodling. And I went to the mic. Mm-hmm. And I just went right to the mic. There was a live mic. And all of a sudden, hey, there's a new person. Hi, George. So there's a new I just went up to the mic and I heard her fingers sliding up and down the strings. And if you notice, we kept that. A lot of people will cut or edit that out on the acoustic. That zoom, did just the opposite. We brought it up louder, and so you hear that. So you hear that finger, and I thought it sounded like marionettes to me. Yeah. And I started singing these lyrics about strings and how
and relationships and
it's toxic relationships. It's definitely about that.
Well, I can feel that.
I've been in a few. There are men that are in those too, So I wanted to address that. And then the top off, of course, Dana all the way through that just slays it. That's her guitar magic. But then I went over to the Roland and I started doing this violin part at the beginning. I'm a big fan of the old soundtracks like Fiddler on the Roof and also Mancini, believe it or not. I love Mancini. I got caught in my underwear as a kid. My mom, I was directing Mancini. True story. So
hey, Robin.
I can hear that. I love those long. I think a violin can make you cry when it's played.
Right. Oh yeah.
I almost cried. I will admit, when I first heard strings, I did in fact almost cry. And the reason I almost cried because I felt like the lyrics really applied to me in a way too. So it's like because for me, when I hear a song that just strongly just resembles what I'm going through or what I'm feeling. And if I'm crying, it's a good thing. So don't count as a bad thing. It's a good thing.
Well, you're making me tear up.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just nice to hear artists like yourselves, a band, who actually understand certain things. And when they create a song or a music that touches my heart, it's a beautiful thing. And that's what strings did for me. And they kind of like, wow, it's like, oh, they get it.
That cost me some of my fans, believe it or not, because of the thank you. It cost me some of my fans. We have different fan groups. Hers. She's got this big folk background, but also jazz and I come back from more of a rock background. But inside me are these strings and stuff. That's the other side of me. And so to put this on the album, when we first rolled it out, I'm going to kill it.
Yes, you're okay.
Yeah, that's mine, which is unusual. No one ever talks to me, so that's bizarre. So when we first released it, as we were testing everything out, all last year, we released everything one at a time just to kind of see. There's extra songs that aren't on the album. We were just checking out who did well. And my fans were like, what is this?
Right.
What is this?
So
you know,
am
where's the distorted guitar? Well, hers were upset about something she said. You know, like, what is this? Where's the picking? Or what is all this noise? You know? So, but we have gained new fans. Don't you think? I hope so.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, go Chase.
Yeah.
Well said. That's good. And I agree with Dan too on this. Mr. Just the Facts Man, he loves the orchestral sound background. I do too, and that's what I also liked about it. I like that element. It kind of just made in my opinion, made the song feel more sentimental.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it's
Kind of brings that little dramatic effect,
More
which
depth.
is great considering how deep the lyrics are.
nothing fake about that song.
No,
Absolutely.
no, that's a real song. I mean, it's like
What I'm talking about there has happened. And the best part though is, and then here's where Dana comes in again. So I'm getting dark as hell on this song. It's like, right? Yeah. And then we come up with this. Well, how do we get out of this song, right? And I go, so I bring up Shakespeare earlier in a lyric, and I said, well, why don't we bring up Romeo and Juliet? But the way he sings it, you hear that all of a sudden it changes the tail, and you got Romeo, and it's all
They're dying, but I'm all
she's
happy.
happy. In the song,
Well, it's not a love song. Yeah.
it's very strange emotion. You go through these moments. What? They just killed him, but I'm happy for some reason. It's
I had goosebumps when you mentioned Romeo and Juliet because that's my favorite play.
Oh yeah.
You know, the whole thing is technically, as I say in the lyrics, at the end of almost every Shakespeare. I love Shakespeare. I used to go watch plays all the time, and they always die at the end, right? Almost every somebody dies at the end, and that's what I was basically saying. Well, that's life, and that's what's saying. The problem is there are people controlling those strings. That's
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that song. Another one that's a personal favorite of mine, but our numbers show things different. By the way, our big songs will be like "Don't Shut Your Eyes" and "Something She Said," you know. But
yeah, the title track.
Which before I say my personal other, because they already talked on one of mine. What's one of your personal? I think I know one of your personal favorites. Can I say it?
Sure.
Oh, man, she likes Folly because she comes from that old blues back, and there's a sax solo in that. Her father.
My dad he played
She's gonna
with.
cry. Don't cry.
He played in the big bands, and he also played with Muddy Waters. He played with Benny Goodman. Studio musician for a long time. He's got his own CD. He's passed on now. He'd be 106. But he was clarinet, saxophone, tenor, tenor, baritone, and anyway, he played all the saxophones. I have them. And it just hit my heart. Lou has these great riffs he does. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, here's the interesting part. So I knew that, but that's not why I did it. But I heard this once again. That was a song where she started it out, and no doubt. And she came in.
I was annoyed with the state of the world.
And now I'm going to make a lot of people mad. I'm not a big blues fan. I'm a big jazz fan. I like the old rock. I like the jazz rocks, but I'm not big in the blues. I respect it. There's a difference. I do respect.
That's fair.
Blues respect. There'd be a lot of without blues. There'd be no rock and the things I like. So I'm just not a fan to listen. But I heard this blues riff, and I'm like, I think that's 12/8. And next thing you know, I pick up my double neck of all things, and the synth pickup is on the double neck, and I'm kicking through some sounds. She can't hear me, and I hear the sax. And so that saxophone solo is played on my double neck guitar, and I'm going, whoa, I'm getting all those bends you hear. That's how it's being played, and I was able to adjust it so you could hear the breathing of the sax notes. So if you listen closely, you'll hear the breathing. And so I learned to sustain it. And then Dana looked at me. I came out with this, and I started playing along with it, that sax opening. And she goes, oh my God, that sounds like my dad playing.
Yeah, it did.
And that was a spooky thing. It was like he had come and helped me out, and done this and it does. It just was a magical moment. Another one.
Anyway, no.
You made me tear up now.
I do like Eyes, and
it's actually a happy album.
I don't know. I like a lot of the first songs.
Well, my other favorite is other than I like the rock songs, of course, but the secret Faces from Yesterday I love because I'm a huge Herb Alpert fan, and I wanted to do a tribute to Herb Alpert.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to that. My mother would play that album in the background of the house. You know, so I worked for it was almost all day. I just got a tear from talking about folly. I worked all day long to create that that trumpet sound. I wanted.
Hey, Davis.
Pardon?
Oh, that's my friend in the chat.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to hear a Herb Alpert tribute, or almost like the beginning of a spaghetti western type thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So I love that, and then the storytelling in that is both our true stories. So everything in that song is real.
What happened in our lives?
Like
We just took turns. She
as
told
kids,
her,
you know.
And what else was great about that song, you know, I know everyone hates AI, but just like MIDI back in the 80s and stuff, I think everything has a purpose, a way you can make it good. And for us, that was there was no way we could have afforded $15,000 to $20,000 to make a video to tell that story. But we did pay for some premium AI, which was still just cutting edge at the time, you know. And that video, I have to say, other than the ones we're in live, which are the most popular, but that video did a turn for us. We all of a sudden saw a lot of views, more than we ever got before. People, and part of it, I think, is that video was able to help visualize the story we were telling. And I think a lot of the baby boomers could really reflect on it because they had things like drive-in movie, spin bottle, riding bicycles. None of that exists anymore. You know, none of that.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a song we wrote that knowing that we might age ourselves, but I was kind of like, I don't give a crap. This is good stuff, and it should be known that it was a blast. And I want to share that with you. That's
Well, thank you guys for sharing that too. I think it's remarkable. And while I was listening to the record, it kind of dawned on me that today's generation of kids or teenagers never really get to experience this kind of music either. I mean, sure, there's good music. I mean, there's some good music, some good music out there, but I think the today's generation can learn a lot from you guys.
We've had we have some mixed audiences. I mean,
really?
we've had,
yes.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Surprised us. So.
Some of the last shows we did before going into the studio, we were shocked at how many young people were there. We kind of figured we get, and actually the mature, a lot of the mature or vintage audience, they don't come out as much anymore. So to see them strong at our shows is just as much as a pleasure, because they're coming out. They don't go out anymore, man. And so they came out, paid a ticket to go to a show like us. That's an honor. So that, and then seeing the young guys in their 20s. But I have to say this about that. Being an ex-music teacher, I would have these kids come in and blow me away sometimes with songs they would ask to play. And I said, what, did your dad tell you about that, or your mom? One of them like CCR. And I'm like, how did you hear
That's
it?
awesome.
Hey, well, I was on YouTube and I heard the song. Can you teach me to play it? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even listen to CCR. They were old when I was young. So, but it just goes to show you music has no age factor.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I think it's great that I've learned that, like, in today's generation, that James, even you said too that people are calling into your Beatles show. They're like 10.
Oh, yeah, on
the 12 years old, they call us their Beatles fans.
When I call in, there's kids like 6 or 7 years old calling and requesting Beatles songs at that age. I'm impressed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, well,
I was 8 years old and I was into Elvis Presley.
Yeah. Well, I think anyone of age that was around, and you don't have to, you can see those things later on. So, for example, I obviously wasn't around when the Beatles were on Ed Sullivan, but eventually I saw it on a TV show sometime, who knows when. I was probably a teenager by the time I saw it, but I was blown away. I was like, who are these guys? And why is everybody screaming? And when I saw Elvis, the same thing. Before Elvis, or up to Elvis, I say before the Beatles, it was all one person. So he was the first guy to really be up there. Just what a hell of a front man. But then the Beatles, and you had 4 guys, and they all got equal attention. And that's when I saw Ringo, and I was kind of like, I think I want to do that. Like, I think I want to do that. I like what he's doing. Keith Moon, those guys. Anyway.
He's
Yeah,
a great
Ringo's
drummer.
inspired a lot of drummers.
Yeah.
They say,
Ringo-
Ringo, it's because of you I became a drummer.
Yeah, Ringo's one of the most underrated drummers of all time.
Oh, I agree with you.
Because everyone just tries to talk about specific skills, but it's the whole package. And not to get off topic too much, but I'm going to knock this one home because that's important to me. Ringo was the first. Oh, yes, true on that too. True on that.
True on
And
that.
that's an old band now. Pantera, for the people that they're
Yeah,
old.
they're still there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
They're old now, right? So
Yeah, I know.
we're talking
Yeah,
about
they
people-
are, but they still keep fun.
way old, 50 years old, 60. Hey, so Ringo was the first true rock drummer. And here's my backup on that. And it's people debate it somewhere else. Don't debate it here right now. But here's why I'm going to put my leg out and say that. I'm a huge Gene Krupa fan. Big band, Buddy Rich, but they were jazz drummers.
Yeah, Buddy Rich. Yeah.
Legitimate jazz drummers. And I've been drum competitions, if you look at my background, TV and all kinds of stuff. And I would get compared to Keith Moon the most.
I
But
love you.
yeah, which at the time I thought was an insult, but then I realized it wasn't. So okay, you're just young, you're stupid. You don't realize when someone's saying something nice about you. No, I got it myself. It happens. You get smarter. But Ringo, first one to do those arcs like this. Nobody did that. Everyone was all doing the mixed hands so far. He's doing this. He's moving. He's on a riser, and he's just hitting the shit out of the drums. First rock drummer. I deny anyone if I want before him that's doing that.
And he's left-handed.
Who?
Ringo's left-handed.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Playing a right though, the kit right set up for a right person, playing it left. So he never flipped the
I
set.
can't do that.
Well, that's why his rolls were so bizarre.
That's a gift.
He's going backwards. Plop. It's great stuff. Anyway, enough about Ringo. He's doing fine without us.
Yeah, he's cruising. As far as I'm
He's
concerned.
going to be the last
You know,
remaining.
I could tell, just like you guys with your music, you're having fun. I could sense that in other musicians like Ringo, and they're just having fun out there.
Peace.
Exactly. Peace and love. Peace and love. Let's roll.
It
And
looks good too. I'm going to hammer on my 80s friends for a little bit for a second here because what happened to the 80s bands? Why did they all get big? Right? You see them. Mick Jagger still was fairly in shape, right?
Well, he jumps around a lot.
Well, that's it. Well, you got to
He's
exercise.
hyper.
right, George, a lot interesting.
These frontmen of the 80s bands all ballooned up, and I feel if you're going to be in public, you got to, do that. Try to keep in shape a little bit.
Well, Alice Cooper's wife said that Keith Richards is going to outlive us all.
That's been going on.
He's been embalmed his whole life.
We still have
Yeah.
Willie Nelson.
No, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if, at this point, Keith Richards would be the last person on earth.
Willie's still around, right? Willie Nelson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willie, him.
I seriously thought it would be Betty White, but no,
Oh, I know. That
I was rooting for her.
that's going to be a race between Willie and Keith. Keith's starting to struggle a little bit, so we'll see.
I don't know, whatever Willie's doing, I might have to jump in on that.
And
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
and Ringo is the eldest Beatle, by the way. That's interesting.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's the eldest. So,
So-
there's a very famous painting, by the way, or a photograph, I'm sorry, where Lennon's got Catcher in the Rye in his pouch, and they're lined up. And everyone has said that's the curse photo because they're dying in that order. It was John Lennon first, next was George. Guess who the next one is? Paul.
Oh, yeah.
And Ringo's last. So if that continues,
No, that scares me.
you can look at
That scares me. Oh my gosh. That
What do you
scares
hear?
me.
Conspiracy here.
Nah, it's been going on for years. I'm just renewing it.
I was like, for me personally, it's like it's bad enough Ozzy's gone. I'm like, jeez.
That's gonna
Well, I'm
be
going to show you guys something here on my T-shirt. See, this is the order.
Oh,
they're in
I
here.
love that one. I
Yes.
had that poster.
You have the poster?
I had it as a
Oh,
kid.
you had it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So my question for you guys is, what bands or artists inspired you to create that sound? The sounds you have on your new album.
Which artist?
Yeah.
Artists.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Mm.
Well, I already
That's
mentioned
a good one.
you.
I know.
Yeah, obviously, I wanted to get some of my childhood experiences in music, which I feel I don't hear anymore. I wanted to
I like that.
rekindle it in a way that maybe new people could hear why I fell in love with it, which is why you hear that Herb Albert horn. I'm a big David Gilmour fan when it comes to leads.
Oh yeah, Pink Floyd. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
For me, and part of because I can be fast, but I don't want to be on that. I'm fast on the drums. I'll do it there. We're trying to thank God I didn't wear a Beatles shirt. Would that have been weird? Beatles, of course, a huge one. I'm a big John Lennon fan.
Me too.
Yeah, and the reason I love John Lennon, it was the first time, like when I heard him do Help, and I heard that song, it was kind of like you hearing strings for me. I heard Help, and I'm like, wow, I get it. You know, and I hadn't heard something that emotional that triggered me before, you know. So, and then the way he fought against establishment, he wasn't even an American citizen initially. And he went against and he stood up for our people in our country and he got in trouble for it. You just don't see that anymore. I mean, man, there's such an opportunity for that right now for musicians to step up and take a chance politically. I'm not going to get into politics right now, but there's a lot of stuff going on.
Compassionately about caring.
Yeah,
you know,
and
humanity, period.
Tin Soldier was my tip of the hat to John Lennon. It totally was.
Too.
Totally inspired by John Lennon. I
Okay.
did try not to sound like John Lennon in that song. Let me just put that, you know, I was basically doing a John Lennon. And I've had a few people do, you know, hit me and I go, wow, it sounds like John Lennon or that's Beatles. I'm like, good. Yeah. Okay. We're all inspired. You know, and if I didn't intentionally try to sound like the Beatles in the album, but there's no doubt. How could I? I've been listening for years. Of course, it's going to come out of my music. There's some Stones in there.
Yeah, I did. Also, Fred mentioned that. Yes.
Drumming has a feel.
A lot of Keith Moon drumming. There's, you know, and there's newer people too. I'm a big fan of Radiohead. Love radio. The In Rainbows album, I think, is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I love that album, and I love the spookiness of it, and a lot of our orchestra type timing stuff.
I give him that. Okay.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I caught some.
I thought you like Radiohead. I just failed to understand that.
What's that?
Understand Radiohead. I just failed to understand them.
Oh, well, you know, some of the albums I feel are so advanced and so mathematical in a way.
That'd be why.
Listen to In Rainbows from front to back.
The musicianship is mind-blowing, and that's
And without Radiohead, you wouldn't have had Coldplay. Which
that's true. That'd be scary if you didn't have Coldplay.
Good stuff.
Oh my god!
Piano playing on Coldplay, I love it. You know.
What inspired me? I just went with the music. You know, that inspired me. What we were doing, it wasn't any particular style. Whatever came out of me was trying to work with, you know, complement the music. Period.
She gets compared her voice to, and I disagree with it a little bit. I see it all the time, and I'm not going to say it's negative because I don't want people to stop saying this. I said this, but I hear a lot of Jefferson Starship comparisons for Grace Slick. Voice.
I'm honored by that, but I don't think so.
There are moments, but and I think that's a fantastic. I love White Rabbit, you know, but I really think it's a little deeper, a little different. And nothing. I love Grace, but I don't think that's 100% accurate. And that's just like our stuff, you know. It's almost sacrilegious to be compared to the Beatles in any form. And then that we got, and it's been the end of a lot of bands to go, well, we're better than them. You know, Oasis, the Knack, they made that comment, and they went to the 89-cent rack. You know, so you never do that.
Well, we both love so many styles of music. I mean, we listen to 07.
I love 07.
You know, I mean, I like.
I'm glad you brought up
Grammar. I like Joni Mitchell. I like Brandy Carlisle. I like old Elton John. I mean, you know, it's all over. Yeah. There is so many styles to love. I mean, I love jazz, rock and hard rock and you know, I got to touch on 07. You brought that. I got to touch on early 07 when Sia was in the group. So good.
Those vocals. Listen to the first or second album. Anyone out there, especially the second one.
I'm gonna
way
do
of
that.
vocals, it's like an ocean wave.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
wave. And
Wow.
at the time they came out, nobody was doing that,
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say that I listen to it all the time, and definitely an inspiration for. There's a couple like when we did what songs we did Oh, we just did it last night. Is it
Leave me alone.
Leave Me Alone? Leave Me Alone. We were that the original version of that song. There's a vocal part in there that we never did, and we were listening to 07. It wasn't why we did it, but I got a feeling it snuck into our heads because we're all of a sudden like it was almost like we had this da 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 da, 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 da. It was like the Spanish flamenco going on.
He's excited.
Oh yeah, that's why they gave me a drum set instead of Riddling. True story. I recommend it.
I was thinking,
on the instruments.
Sorry,
No,
I was thinking back on how you're how like you're one side's light, one side's dark, and as much as I love the light, I do like the dark mix. And I think it's probably because I review male music for work.
Yes.
So I'm used to hearing. I mean, I love the light stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm very positive, but Lou, with your dark stuff, I'm just like, oh, this took it. Like, oh, I like this. This took a turn. Oh, I like this.
Well, what's interesting, you bring that up. When I did solo stuff early before the Lou Mars.band,
yeah, I remember.
It was dark. Yeah, if you go way back, there were some albums off that. What I like about what Dana does, it's similar, and I'm not comparing ourselves to the Beatles, so Beatles people don't get mad. But a great example is when John wrote "I'm a Loser," but Paul added that one lyric, "But I'm not what I appear to be," and it changes the whole song. It changes instead of just hearing "loser" all the way through, but also, "But I'm not what I appear."
We interject with each other.
Exactly.
So
exactly. That's us.
I like that.
I feel like shit. Just like,
but
I'm gonna be better tomorrow. It's good stuff.
But tomorrow's another day.
That's right. And I'm like, but I'm still down.
And tomorrow never knows.
There you go.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah.
So yes, that's how that works.
What do you guys think of the Velvet Underground?
Oh gosh, I'll let you answer that.
Well,
I think
I saw them
you
at
told me that.
Fillmore
so
Auditorium.
it was there.
Yeah, it was. They're unusual. They were unusual. Some of their stuff was just mind blowing, but they were very different at the time. So
Different's good though, especially in music.
I mean, I come from the generation that all music was original. We just didn't hear covers. Everything was just always coming out new. So there was this overlay of styles and feels, and it was so exciting because you didn't know what you were going to get. There was a few people starting to cover some of the the Beatles or whatever, but it was all Led Zeppelin, the Stones. Everything that came out was all new. It was exciting, and I don't know. Velvet Underground they were just different. So
can you hear me okay?
Huh?
Oh yeah.
You okay? Yep, just
Like
checking
one of
the
the
sound.
songs that blew my mind was "Pale Blue Behind Your Pale Blue Eyes."
Yeah,
That's such a beautiful song, and the guitar in there is haunting. It's like wow.
Yeah, the haunting part is. I have to be honest though. I was probably on some kind of psychedelic when I saw them.
Oh, okay. So check that out.
I'm not touching that.
Here's a fact for you guys.
What's that?
One Beatles song that everybody thinks is a love song, "Got to Get You Into My Life." That's actually about the joys of smoking marijuana.
That does not surprise me. That does not.
That's not surprising at all.
That's
not surprising.
Paul's talking about a girl he's in love with and everything, but when I Googled it, I'm like, what? It's about the joys of smoking marijuana? I would have never.
Very Tom Petty thing, Mary Jane.
Another great.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I like where we talked about briefly Herb Albert, and then also what's been coming out more. I didn't know this till recently. Excuse me, watching documentaries. Tom Schultz of Boston.
Oh, okay.
What he, we just want to write that off as a bunch of pop rock, but no, there's a lot going on because you brought up Velvet Underground. Believe it or not, I know it sounds incredibly different, but in a way, it's not. We had this guy in a basement building his own machinery to make sounds that didn't exist on guitars, that kind of sound and keys and stuff. But at the same time, he was using old Hammond organs, Leslie's, and he couldn't get a band to do it. So he did everything himself. Herb Albert did the same thing. His first Albert, there was no Tijuana brass. It's all Herb Albert. A lot of people don't know that. You fact check that. Tijuana brass came later. They added it so it sounded like there was a band. So what I'm trying to say for the people out there, and the reason I'm throwing that out, if you're having trouble getting a band, it's very difficult today. You can't go in a music shop and there's a bulletin board anymore, and the distances and everything's online. Don't keep writing. Write your stuff anyways. Write it. Put it together.
Put your heart into it.
And even like David Bowie, he would play the instruments. Bowie played drums and other instruments too, and he put them on a cassette back then, and he would hand them and say, "Okay, now play it the right way." But at least he got the structure down. So, individuals don't get bummed out. Keep writing. It's all about writing. You got to keep writing, and that's how you get the best songs.
Exactly. I'm just looking at what Dan's saying. Yeah.
Good point, Dan.
Yeah. Well, and I always remind people that who always nothing against cover bands. It's another way to make money, but I always remind them. Remember, the cover was an original. All right, you had to discover that the cover was an original. So go see the original bands. And
definitely,
they're doing their thing that gives people a chance to see what was.
And everything has its place.
Everything has its place. Yeah, when we toured Cali last time, and touring California is like 3 or 4 states at once. When we went up and down, we played the whole state, big rooms. What we found, a lot of those, we had a tribute band headlining us at the Whiskey. We were the second up, but it was a AC/DC band. So we're like, that's pretty third up. Still, we were considered one of the headliners on a Friday night. The big thing was that we've been able to play alongside these cover bands in dual shows and also at well-known cover band venues. And the venue owners or managers come up and said to us, "You know what? We've never had this many people for especially an original band in mixed ages." So we're just like looking at that as like, that is a huge, huge blessing that we're honored that we're pulling off, because I know that ain't easy. Trust me. Some people that I want to dance. Can you play Lay Down Sally? No, no. We have an album. So I just want.
And
How long have you taught music for? I didn't know that.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, no.
He's a good teacher. I've seen him in action. He's so good.
I taught for 2 organ. One was called Music Motive. They had the Bucket Busters, and then I went solo. I started specializing in autistic children because
that's awesome.
Yeah, they all gravitated toward me. And one of the best radio interviews I feel like I ever did back then, they were asking me about that. I even got to Maria Shriver. She has this event every year, and I was honored on an event to be included. They would ask me, these were really troubled kids. These were the ones, one of my students had gone in the principal's office, shoved the upside down water thing over, took the clock, threw it at him, and had become violent and hit several teachers, right? So they bring him to me. This little skinny kid, he comes into me, and I walked in the door. I walked up, and he just looked at me, and I could just tell. I don't know what he saw, but he saw something different. I never had a problem. He was fantastic. And then I brought him into synthesizers. Yeah. And this kid, the way he thought. So where I'm going with this is the radio said, why do you think, this one lady asked me this, moral rock radio. She said, why do you think they do that? And I said, here's my theory. We have these certain group of kids, they want to go to the moon, and we send them to a science class. And they sit there and they're bored as shit. And they act out because they want to go to the moon. When I walk in, they see an astronaut. And they're like, he's been to the moon. And they listen. That's it's true. Yep. It's the answer.
That's epic in my book. I think that's amazing that how like music really help anyone for that matter. My mom, she has dementia. And so I caught her, I caught her listening to Enter Sandman by Metallica out of all bands. And, exactly, she's sitting there hiding in her blink, but she's going like.
That's awesome.
San Jose. I'll never forget. Okay, let's go some metal here. Well, just a little bit. So
No, it's
because
fine.
David Castile was a friend of mine for Ozzy. We would sit by the pool together in Arizona. We were playing in popular bands. The reason I want to go there with this, all music matters. All music. When I first heard Ozzy's solo Crazy Train album, and I heard David on there, bum 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 bum. I was just blown away. I was blown away, and that wasn't my number one style of music, but I listened to the heck out of that album. Metallica's Black Album reached out to me. I thought the sound of those guitars.
No, that's my favorite one.
Yeah, that's their pop one, so to speak, compared. That made their fans mad at the time. The hardcore fans were like, "What are you doing? You're slowing down." But it's a great album. Sandman. When I first heard that, again, that that way that the buzz saw that guitar. So those are all still, I think, the smorgasbord that kind of gets us going
It's
too.
like the first time I saw Nirvana, I'm like, what is this? Because it was so loud. It was just like in your face. But the more I listened, I was like, dang.
I got to do a quick. I have to do my Nirvana story because you did that.
Oh, do it. Yeah, I want to hear it.
Go for it.
Nirvana story. So it's 1990, 1991, right around there, and I'm touring with a band called Pods, which, by the way, another fun fact check: the lead singer of that band, don't get mad at me, James, is now the director for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
True story. He was the lead singer. James Gunn.
Wow.
James Gunn. Yeah, it was actually a really talented band. I hooked up with him in Arizona.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
You'll find some articles on it. You'll see me in the corner in the back of the pictures.
Hiding.
Yeah, they were recording it. They were from St. Louis at the time, and then this all comes into play. They went to Arizona. Their drummer walks out on them. I was the studio drummer at Westwood in Arizona at the time, and so I get a call at 2 a.m. like, "Can you come in?" And I'm like, "Shit!" It's an original band, and I came in. I knocked the tracks out. Who are these guys? And they played U of A the next day. Oh, did he?
Wow.
Oh, wow. So thank you for the fact check. Yes, I tell the truth. It's hard to believe. So I end up going on the road with these guys. And we're at a point, I think it was after we played Chicago. This could be fuzzy because we were doing a lot. But the bottom line was this. I remember we were gambling that funk rock was going to be the next big thing. You have to kind of look 3 years ahead. If you're playing what's popular right now, you're too late. You got to just do your own thing and then hope that maybe it converges that way. We're not playing what's popular right now. We just did what we love. So that's the other thing. Be passionate. Well, we were all we were in the same circuit as the Chili Peppers, Faith No More, which is a beautiful time in music, by the way. I think it was really important. The big hair was finally getting old with Poison and all that. Nothing against that either. But Chili, we thought Jane's Addiction was one of my favorites back then. I loved Jane.
Yeah.
The hell out of him. Perry's voice, spooky. But all of a sudden a song came on the radio and we were on the road, and it was Nirvana's Teen Spirit.
Oh,
That's such a
You
classic.
could hear a pin drop in the vehicle. You could hear a pin drop. And the reason why? Because we all knew that everything had just changed. We're sitting there with all of our funk rock music, and we just like, we're like,
Uh-oh.
shit. Within 30 days, we were right. Man, you had Pearl Jam suddenly coming out. You had Soundgarden, and then STP knocks it out of the park doing the stadiums. It was all over. Only the Chili's have really survived.
Well, I love Chili Peppers too. Oh my gosh,
good stuff. What's not to like? Even if you're not playing that way, what's not to like?
Give it away now.
Oh, all that stuff. It was so catchy.
Well, the bassist from Red Hot Chili Peppers, Flea, is dropping a jazz album.
What?
Yeah, he's a jazz artist. I bet you didn't know that. I didn't know that until I got the email from work. It says Flea. I'm like, oh, what about him?
Oh, I ran into him at NAMM.
I'm like,
Trippy. That's trippy.
yeah, look it up. It's actually really good stuff. I like it.
What's the name of the album? Do you know? I can Google it. Flea jazz.
Google it.
Well, I ran into
Heidi said Rock Robin says she had a good time in music. She saw Jane's Addiction live with SP. Stone Temple.
We played The Pods played with who was that band? Social Distortion. We warmed up with those.
Social Distortion, love that band.
Yeah, and you know, it was the learning lesson on Social D that my takeaway from warming up for them. We were a lot like the Chili Peppers. We had colored hair. Mine was pink at the time. All this stuff. And we're jamming around. We're jumping around like monkeys. We're busting our balls. And then Social D came out, and they opened up with Ball and Chain, and it was just this doom ball and chain, ball, just as straight, it's just solid in the pocket, and the crowd just lit up. And I realized at that moment, then it's got to be more than a show. It's got to be. You can't just put on the mask or put on the outfit. You can't just dress to be a rock star. It's got to be the whole thing. You got to be patient and just, knock it out. It's a different game. And so the young guys out there, well, you're jumping around like monkeys. Remember that. Write a good song. It's the song. It's the song first. Then jump around like a monkey, and it looks cool. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I remember when I first heard "Take Away This Ball and Chain" by Social Distortion. I was just really blown away. Really. That's just like, holy cow. It's like the guitar playing is just so smooth on that song.
Great song. I did grunge after that. I was a big fan of all the grunge bands.
Love Pearl Jam. Ooh.
Yeah. And I became, because I got that pop side of me, I liked STP a lot. I liked Scott. It was sad when he went away and had challenges with drugs. But his work is still out there, and it's really good.
Yeah, it is.
Personal.
Very much so. I know Social Distortion is still out there too.
Yeah, they're still making rounds.
Yeah, they are.
All those guys, Chili's. Don't hear about Faith No More much anymore.
No, Mike Patton. No. He's in a different band too. He's taking part in a different band. I should remember all this. I can't remember at the moment, but I know he's like in a couple of different bands now.
Well, that's a lot of that was going on, and always does. And part of the thing why you're seeing us here too is why we wanted to put faces on the album, because we are rotating the back line, and there's nothing wrong with that. And one of my favorite musicians of all time did that every tour, and that was David Bowie. He always had a different back line once he left the Spiders from Mars, of course. But I saw him with Frampton. I saw him with the
really
guitars from Billy Idol. Yeah, he actually saves Frampton lives. If you watch Frampton's
awesome
biography or whatever.
I'm actually jealous. I never had the opportunity.
Forgot the word.
Never had the opportunity. I would love to see him live.
Yeah, he did him too. So that's and then one thing I want to point out in our songs too, like there's the some of it in strings, some of it in foley, but there's one other one.
It's art.
So look at the song.
Leave It All Behind.
It might be Leave It All Behind, but I hate to admit this because my fans are going to think I'm wimpy, but I actually like Kansas and Foreigner, some of those bands back then. I like because of and I liked ELO because I liked all those strings.
I love ELO.
Sgt. Pepper and all that stuff when they brought the strings in, I thought was cool. So you'll hear some of that on, I think.
You have to look at our songs.
Yeah, I have to because there's so many. There's a lot of good stuff. Go in and check it out. And like I said, the New Girls no, it's this Start Again one. It's not Start Again. I Came Home. I Came Home is a true story, by the way. I did come home and there was a note. Everything was gone. There was
wow.
Yeah, if you open up the CD, you'll see the song list on the inside. And by the way, that's our URL. We use it as a band name. It's very sneaky. Pink House.
Yeah, I like it.
You'll go to our website. And in the album cover, I want to say on this, Dana hand drew the girl in the middle. It's like there you go. She drew the girl. That's our logo. And there are little Easter eggs of every song.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Top desk. You remember the old ones that used to open up? That's got doodles of all the songs in the desk. So
that is so cool.
Where
did y'all come up with that idea?
Alice Cooper.
A little bit, yeah. I love
Alice Cooper. I was going to say that too.
$1 billion babies. I love that. 69.
Great song. Great album. Dude, every time I hear her, I'm just like,
I know we got you got off track again.
I don't care.
Well,
They're in charge.
oh yeah, no,
great news.
So yeah, all of that stuff. I think you could just see the whole ball of wax just came in, and if you like any of that stuff we talked about, and my experiences of all those different bands and all those different genres obviously did something because, from when I was in Oakland playing jazz and when the funk rock thing was going on, all that to now, and same with Dana with all her different. She's a classical pianist as well. She does all kinds.
Nice.
Not really.
Yeah.
Making it more than it is.
She
I
plays
noodle.
better than
I
me.
noodle on that.
She can actually play the piano. I tickle it. That's the way I look at the difference on that. So do you have any other questions for us?
Yeah, anybody else have any questions? Chat, you guys have any questions? Now would be a good time.
I have a question for you guys. What was it like to be standing in the Whiskey A Go-Go where Jim Morrison stood?
Amazing. It was so cool. The green room, so cool.
Oh,
it was just so good. And the young new artists in there and the people floating through, and you come down, it's upstairs, and you come down the stairs onto the stage, and it's
wow.
And the crowd is already worked up. I mean, they just rush forward. And the back line is all set up for you. They plug you in and you go.
That's awesome.
It's electric. It is so electric.
For me, that was my third time with a different band playing there. But it was the most prestigious though, because we didn't have to pay to play, which is what you have to do normally there. And number two, we sold out some of the $250 seats that were on the balcony were because of us. So that was really cool. Never was able to accomplish that before. Third, it was on a weekend night, not a weekday. Yeah. That's really big for that club. Next up, we were considered a headliner. They have more than one headliner. So although there was two ahead of us, they have the group three. And we were in that, which means you make the marquee. And so we were on the marquee, which was really neat to go down Sunset and see that. My biggest takeaway of this particular time, I didn't feel I played my best on that show. I'm just going to be honest. So that wasn't my fun part. But
no sound check.
I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like how quick you go up like that. I was thrilled that we had a crowd there. When we stopped, when I paused in a couple of the songs, they were singing our lyrics back.
Yeah.
We're in LA. Yeah. We're from Little Chico. To have these guys singing your lyrics back, you remember that? That was like, I was like, what? It was a decent crowd. But the biggest takeaway was emotional.
But I bet there was a lot of energy out there.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We had the big thing for me though was the green room this time, and here's why. There was this young man, and we shared a green room with this band that was excellent. I can't remember their name, but they were so good. They were after us, thank God. They were. I watched. I was like, "Thank God we didn't go before these guys." Well, damn good. You got to admit that and let it inspire you. It's okay to not be the best that night or to have someone better. It's okay, but don't get sad. Get like, man, I got to get better. Yeah, I got to get better. So, anyways, this young guy though that was in that band, he kind of looked like me. He was much prettier. He was younger, and he had the nose though like mine. And at one moment, I caught myself. We're sitting directly across from each other, right? In this room with all these famous names, and I'm looking at him and I see him looking at me and we're staring at each other. He goes, he just starts talking to me and asks me some questions. And a guy comes in, the main manager of the whiskey comes in and he turns to me, ignores him completely, turns his back to him and goes, Lou Mars, grabs my hand, shakes it. Good to see you back, blah, blah, blah. Boy, I read your book and I've done this, blah, blah. He's saying all this stuff. And he stands up and he goes to walk out and the young man across the way goes, hey, and he says his name. I wish I could remember it. Damn it. He says, I'm so-and-so, like this. And the guy turns around and goes, nice to meet you. And he walks out like that. He walks out. So I'm looking at the kid across the way, and I said, your turn is coming, buddy. I said, your turn is coming. I said, my turn. And I said, I'm looking at the future right now. I just still looked at him like that. I said, I'm looking at the future. And I literally was flashing back. Oh, man, I remember what it was like. Imagine, it was like a time machine. Imagine looking at yourself across the way
And then he
10
started conversing, and they were all chill.
Oh yeah, we
He
were.
was
There was no.
sweet.
What kind of guitar? We're opening our guitar cases, looking at each other's guitars and everything. But yeah, so that experience right there, kind of seeing at this stage in life, a ghost of you in the room and thinking about and knowing what's in his head. You know, I knew what he was thinking. You know, and I knew how he felt when that guy did that. I've been in that same seat. You know, and that's why I didn't want to be the guy that never said anything to me or never acknowledged that, hey, you know what? Don't let that upset you. You know, you were good. You know, he was. I ain't heard him play, but Jesus, he was good. So, yeah, I just want to put that out there. That's not all about the music sometimes. It's about the experience.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually really good. I like how you brought that up. Instead of just kind of like just brushing him off, you're encouraging him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful.
He was playing with his dad too. His dad was his bass
wow,
player.
That's
yeah.
This kid had so much heart, and and I couldn't help but sit there going, he was in my seat. He was in the seat where I used to be, you know, and I don't know.
I hear you. That's stupid though.
Yeah. And you know what's great is that we went toe to toe and played along with the guys that are half our age, and let's add that in there, and we had the crowd singing our lyrics, so it was a great day. Good stuff.
No, and Dan loves the story. He says, "Great story, Lou." I agree. Very inspiring.
Yeah. Well, if you know, these guys are tomorrow's music. You know, it's important that they
encouraged.
See. Yeah, they don't see musicians as assholes for one. You know, you know, and management's like that too. You know, so yeah,
that's true.
Pass it on. And hopefully these young guys, please listen to this album, and you might get something out of it. I gotta keep plugging it because that's also why we're here. This is how we. Oh, by the way, we should be able to be getting this on Amazon coming up.
Woohoo!
Yeah, wow. And we also it's already on all streaming. Pandora, Spotify, the entire album was accepted by Pandora.
You know what? Yeah, I think I saw that. I remember seeing the list. Yeah.
Spotify's easy. Anybody can do. Pandora is picky as hell. You have to have
Pandora is stingy. It's very stingy. Very limited, stingy. Yeah.
It is. Yes. And so I hated them until they added us. So now
they're like, oh, you're my best friend now. I like you.
You know, music awards don't matter. Then you get one, you're all like, "Oh, thank you. This is great."
Hello, Dr. Rick.
Dr. Rick. Hi. Yeah.
Dr. Rick.
Well, speaking of Pandora, that's how I discovered the country band Brothers Osborne. It was actually on Pandora. They just started out, and so I got to listen to Brothers Osborne right before they became big.
That's how I got 07.
Yeah,
in the early
back to our Stampede. So I'm this year, so I'm gonna go see him again. And but it's just when you say Pandora, I just think about listening to Brothers Osborne, their very first record they just dropped, brand new.
Well,
and I'm like, yeah,
that's the last goal right now for me. I know I'm gonna be curious about yours. I've toured the U.S. 2.5 times, played in different places around the world, a couple world record things on there, and a reality show on top of that. Where the guy who actually recorded Keith Moon, produced him, said, you remind me of Keith Moon. It's like, oh, angels over moments. So, a lot of times I'm asked, well, what's left? I got one thing that I have not been able to accomplish is bugging the shit out of me, and that's getting a top 200 hit. I would like to have a hit. And, one of those, I don't care if it's just one hit wonder. I would love for one of these songs to sneak its way onto the charts. It would just, or be, just as good a soundtrack, to something like some indie flick puts that song in there. That would just thrill me to death, and I'd be
manifest it.
I am. I just did.
It's cool. It's realistic too.
What's the one thing you'd like to do, Len?
I'm doing it.
You're doing it right now.
I'm doing it.
This is it.
Yeah, I've been playing music a really long time. It's exciting to be able to keep going and create and have somebody that's fun to play with and encouraging and inspiring. And I'm doing it.
Well, good for you guys. You guys are also a really good example of being dream chasers, and also a good example of hard work and what hard work does when you really invest in it and you believe in it.
And we have supportive people in our lives. His girlfriend is amazing. She's a really good friend of mine.
That's all that's cute.
I've known her for over 30 years.
It's helpful.
And
it's
my
helpful.
guy is he's also a musician and he's very supportive. So yeah, it's good to have people behind you and aren't worried about our friendship. And our friendship is very important to us. So
I like that.
I think having support is very vital when you're chasing your dreams to try and make it work. Having that kind of support is very vital.
It is. I mean, I've had in the past girlfriends that they would see me on stage, love what they see, be excited to be with me. And then all of a sudden they go, well, when are you going to stop this stuff?
Yeah.
You know, like, well, wait a minute. That's how you met me. And that's what attracted you. And now I'm supposed to stop. Now, on the other hand, I want to say too, there's some of these out here. Your girlfriend doesn't have to be at every show, guy. And vice versa. All right. That you don't go to their job and sit there and watch them. Let them do their work. Okay. There's two very important phrases here to remember. It's the music business and it's a recording artist. Now there's a reason those terms are important. You're not in the music business isn't in the studio. You're an artist. When you're in the studio, it's art. But once it gets out past that, it's business. And a lot of people forget that. And a lot of bands have a difficult time. They're so busy thinking it's a big party or they're more worried about what outfit they're going to wear instead of being professional. If you want to get to the next level, it's just my advice to the people listening. Be an artist first, but then get the business going. You get it serious. You want to get beyond that garage or that club that you put 50 people. It's business. And that's all I got to say about that.
That's actually good advice too. I mean,
Facts.
I think for anybody really.
Oh yeah. But you'd be surprised how many people, including our age zone, do not practice that. And then they wonder why. Why is it not working? Why is nobody listening to my music? Because you're not promoting it, the business side. And perhaps your music sucks. It's a horrible thing. It does. Well, it's true. There's a reason we didn't record these songs until we went and tested the shit out of them. It was Paul McCartney going back to a Beatles line. He said, they go, man, you guys never write a bad song. And he said, no, for every 100 songs I write, there's one good one. That was Paul McCartney said that. And I believe him. You got to keep writing because
we've both been writing forever. And
many songs. And we even took the songs that were on that last little regional tour and we rehashed them. Hey, that was okay, but let's add a bridge. Let's change that up. Let's change the lyric. Yeah. And before, and Zaina was even sometimes really bad at it because I was like, let's do this. She's like, it's already perfect. It's kind of like that guy who used to paint. What was that guy with the big hair?
Oh, Bob Ross.
Remember Bob Ross? I used to sit there, watch Bob Ross for hours. And I'm like, that picture is done. Stop. Don't do any more. And all of a sudden you go, but I see smoke coming out of the stack right here. And I'm like,
and
no.
I see a little happy tree where it doesn't belong.
But you know,
he's very smart too. Oh my God. What a smart guy he was.
That's art, but that's art, right? He saw something more where we would have stopped. He kept going. And music's a lot like that. Sometimes you're just like, you know what? I hear a hand clap here. And it works, you know. Well, anyway, I think we about 2 hours in.
Are you done with
did we
Yeah. Yeah, we're
I got a comment.
welcome to leave. We're going to conclude. So,
Yes,
so
sir.
guys, thank you so much for taking the time. I really enjoyed your album. It was just fabulous stuff. And I'm very happy to hear how much you guys have grown musically too. And it's just, I really hope to hear more from you guys. And never hesitate to reach out. I can help you guys out. So
I appreciate that.
There's
another question. You're trying to figure out which way to put your finger.
Oh, yeah. What was Ozzy like in between 1995 and 1999? It was after Randy Castillo left and before Mike Borden, so there was like some kind of transition period in his career.
And I think I said David. You're right. So there's a lot different there. First off, the comment I want to make about that is the sign of the times. Because at the time, Denver was exploding with music during the same period. And there was a big decision. We were in Arizona, had just gone through a big burst of music too. A place called the Night Train way back in the day on Fourth Avenue was the place to play. I met Joan Jett and the Runaways there. They played
Oh,
the
Oh
Wombley.
wow.
I played there. I actually, we were there the night before. Joan's band was there, and we were under the stage with them, and they had a hole in the wall. Anyways, what's important about that is at that time when Ozzy went down there, everybody was saying he was washed up and he was going back to LA, which obviously he never was. After Black Sabbath, though, everybody thought that was it, and he was in trouble. Musicians were making decisions at the time, the guys like me that were traveling to where the next hot spot was, of where that was. And the argument was Denver, Colorado versus the Strip. I chose Denver. I went to Denver and ended up in a great grunge band called 13 Dead that dominated.
never
that
heard of
state.
that.
Yeah, 1994, 96 for that.
Interesting.
Cool.
But Castillo, we had this conversation at a swimming pool hotel, and he goes, well, I'm going to LA. And I'm like, I had been there twice and had my ass kicked. So I was like, I'm going to Denver. You go for that. And man, what a great decision that was for him, because that is how he got in Ozzy. He made that decision. He was in a band called, if you really dig in, Little Sister was the name of the band he was drumming with at that time. He had just popped in. They thought he was too old to be in. Yes. I think he was 34 at the time. So he was too old. He was worried too. He's like, man, I'm getting old. I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, and the rest is history. He went that way. I went this way. It worked out with both of us, but I'm really happy for him. I want to give you that comment since you brought Ozzy up about Castillo.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fascinating because it was like half Faith No More and half Black Sabbath. And then it was a bit different, but I like it too because he had Joe Holmes there. It added a different aspect to the music, and it just like undiscovered territory. I'm just like looking for the next thing I haven't discovered. So thanks for the great stories today, and I had a great time.
Oh, we appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, you guys are just fabulous. I'm not just saying that. It's like, Lou, I known you for a long time, and Dana, I know you for a while too, and we're both familiar with each other. So, and it's just like for me personally, it felt like just a whole bunch of friends just hanging out. And
anytime any of you guys need support or want us on any of your shows, let us know.
Yeah, definitely.
We've been giving back, and we will take when these videos are this is wrapped up. Send me a link, and I'll put it on my pages on Facebook and on
Support
Instagram,
you.
and we will do the same. You know?
Definitely. I'll send you the link to this as well, and that way you can.
Yeah, we'll share it.
And that's my username up there for my YouTube channel.
That's a long one, but.
And if you're wondering who Lenny White is, he's a jazz drummer I really like a lot.
Yeah.
And of course, the others, you know who they are.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar. I'm going to check that out. You got me.
Pink House.band.
I don't know it all.
No, feel free to reach out if you want me to review stuff. I'd be more happy to do it for you guys.
Rampage Video, what is your name?
My name is Dawson.
Dawson.
Dawson. Okay. Good to meet
Thanks,
you.
Dawson.
Also,
Just think Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, Dawson's Creek. Yeah.
Or the Canadian. I'm going to see Gordon Lightfoot's band on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Good. I've seen that.
Yeah, he's doing more concerts than I am, and I'm sitting here jealous. So
You do that song, Sundown. Is that Gordon Lightfoot? You better beware. That one. If I find
take care, if I find you been creeping up my back stairs.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
that was the first song I ever heard on an AM radio.
Really?
KFRC. We had just came back from the Philippines, living in the Philippines, not a military brat, but you just triggered that. I was on the end of the dock in Huntington Beach, KFRC. I just got a Christmas little portable radio. They took about transit, right? And I'm listening. The first thing I heard, I'll never forget that, was that song. Sundown, you better beware, something like that. And listen. Yeah, great song. Anyways, boom. Great memory. Thank you for that.
So how can I contact you guys to set up the interview?
Oh, he was on Facebook.
Yeah, you can.
Like I saw your Facebook fan page.
After the show.
Yeah, Kate will set me up.
Yeah, I'll set him up for that.
Guys. I didn't ask a lot of questions because I want to save it for my interview with you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I got some good questions to ask you guys too.
Oh, absolutely. There's you can do the general ones booking at pinkhouse.band for anyone out there who wants to ask us a question. And then we're on Facebook at Pink House Band. There's another Pink House, like a cover band in the Midwest. Make sure you're talking to the right one. You can see our logo. This is our logo. It's clearly on all of our stuff. It's the pink.
It is. I've seen it. Yeah.
So it's on everything. And then if you want to get a hold of me privately, there's a Lou Mars personal page, and there's also a Lou Mars music group page. Either one, I see the messages on there too. Okay.
I'll send the band one. I also send the one that I messaged you on. So
Yeah. If you don't hear from us, it's because we don't see it. So send it again or try another way.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't ignore the message.
If he has trouble, I'll help him out.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll interview you both at the same time. I've never tried that before. I want
it's fun.
to try that.
I'm going to be quiet.
No, you gotta talk. You gotta talk on there.
You quiet? When?
Storyteller.
I'm sure you've got some stories to tell too, Dana. Come on.
I do.
She does.
I do.
I'm going to be quiet more next time, I promise.
Yeah, you said that last time, like, I don't know, one time at Royce's and it never happened, so. So I don't know how you can fall through with that. It's like, I have you down, Lou. I'm like, I know how this works.
I pause, and if she doesn't speak, I gotta speak.
I try so hard to interject.
I mean, just watching Lou on Royce's was funny enough. I'm like,
You got to give him some drumsticks. Keep him occupied.
and I was like, give him like a little pillow or something. Just
She bumped me twice because I was tapping my leg so much the laptop was vibrating. That's what that just.
Wow.
all right. Well, God bless you guys. And if you want me to write any more, just give me a holler. I'm not too far away.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We're going to
You
sign out.
guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you for everybody for watching. Not on the screen.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Jorgen.
Bye.
Bye. You guys take care of
Bye.
yourselves, okay?
All right. You too. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you. We'll be in touch. That was awesome.
Oh my God. I'm so emotional right now. I can't.
Why are
believe
you
it.
emotional, buddy?
I'm just happy.
See, I thought that was just like awesome. You know,
I mean, I came backstage. They were waiting backstage. I pulled them up. I started talking to them. I hit it off with them right away.
oh yeah, they're great people. I enjoy them very much. And their new album, guys, check it out. It's fabulous. in my
I love
opinion.
it. I mean, it's a mix between Moody Blues, the Who, and Wings.
Well,
That's what I got from it.
yeah, James, I was listening. I thought about you. I'm like, James will like this. That's why I sent that to you too as well. Well, it's like, oh, you got to listen to this. But anyway,
Afterwards,
I do have some news
I
for you
want
guys.
to end.
Uh
I
huh.
wanted more.
Okay, so I do have some news for you guys. The Park stage at our Stampede got announced, and guess what? Rock band's coming.
What?
Everclear.
Ooh.
Sweet.
Father of mine, tell me where have you been? I'll just close. I'm like, and that's gonna be before the Brothers Osborne concert. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll have to go. But what's Everclear? That'll be a good blog story. Like, maybe I'll buy the Grace Hits vinyl, see if I can get autographed while I'm there. But
JJ?
Everclear, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
JJ, that band you just saw, the woman Dana, her dad played with Benny Goodman.
Muddy
Oh,
Waters.
There's
Also,
a jazz.
guys, Scream 7 is being released on Friday, so either next Wednesday or Friday, we won't have a stream. I don't
All
know
right.
yet, but I'll keep you posted.
And Dawson, I've scheduled our stream for Sunday. We're doing George Harrison's birthday, which is actually today.
All right. Give me love.
Yes, give me peace on earth.
Thursday, Amazon Prime, The Grey House is getting released, executively produced by Kevin Costner and Morgan Freeman. It's going to be released. It's going to be an 8-part TV series. So, if you guys like post-Civil War stuff or like stuff surrounding Civil War, that's your stuff.
And also Friday on Amazon Prime, the Wings documentary with Paul McCartney is coming out. Man on the Run.
Man on the Run.
I seen that, JJ.
Maybe one day, JJ. You never know. So you're
Yeah,
on a
also,
train, I
guys,
see.
on a serious note, keep Martin Short in your prayers. His daughter unalived herself.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Like my uncle
Yeah, I
did.
saw it on
Oh,
the
yes, I
news
forgot
last
about
night.
Elvis Epic. Yes, that too on Friday. Yeah.
So keep Martin Short and his family in your prayers. That's just sad.
And I think this is a proper thing to do right now, Kate. We should do a moment of silence for my
Yeah,
dad.
we're going to do a moment of silence for Martin Short's
And,
daughter. I think this
and
is
for Robert Carradine, who committed suicide.
shoot, I lost my uncle a week ago from that too. So yeah, let's just
So we have a
do a
couple of
moment of
people
silence,
to
guys.
do a
Here we
moment
go.
of silence for.
Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sad, I just wish my uncle never took that turn. I wish no one. I wish that no one. It's just, it's just. I know. I don't have the.
Did you get the cat?
But huh?
Did you get the cat?
Yeah, we got Miss Coco. I saw her a couple times. I was yelling at Gatsby and Waffles because they were chasing her away from me. I'm like dogs. No, I'm yelling at the dogs like, no, that's the only piece of my aunt and uncle I have left. No, that's a pretty cat.
Oh my God.
She's pretty.
Oh, and I got news for you guys. I still have to text her on Discord. I asked my friend Victoria Joy Music on her stream earlier before I came here. I said, Victoria, would you be interested in an interview? She said, yes. Message me. So I've got 2 interviews to set up now. Oh my God, this day. I thought it was going to be sad because I missed my dad so much,
JJ.
and everything is just falling into place.
While we're here, we got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2026 nominees.
Ooh.
The Black Crowes, Jeff Buckley, James's favorite, Mariah Carey.
No, thank you.
Phil Collins,
Phil Collins, good.
Miss Lauryn Hill, Billy Idol.
Yes.
In Nexus. One of the things I'm hoping they actually listened, Iron Maiden are nominated.
Yes.
Then you got Joy Division / New Order, New Edition, Oasis. My top 3rd favorite singer, or excuse me, 4th singer, Pink. Go Pink. Sage,
wow.
Shakira, Luther Vandross, and Wu-Tang Clan.
Ooh.
Hey, Iron Maiden. Push Billy Idol and Iron Maiden, people.
Phil Collins, hands down.
Oh, yes. He's a legend. What kind of music is Wu-Tang Clan? I know I've heard of them.
It's like rap.
It's like rap.
It's hip hop. Yeah.
Old school. Old school. All right, guys, we're going to let you go. But, of course, we want to thank Lou and Dana for their time. We had a blast. And, Dawson, thanks for popping up. Sorry we went on early a little bit there. I apologize.
Okay.
And, thank you. And, James, great job. And, everybody, thank you for joining. We'll be back Friday to our regular scheduled programming.
Shall I do my outro?
Do it.
Oh, tonight the Fab Forum, it's just a call-in session, so it's all going to be about George's birthday, so I might call and request a George song. I'm thinking...
Polka Fusion?
I'm thinking it might be, the song I might choose from George is Isn't It a Pity, from All Things Must Pass. I love that song.
That is a good one.
I got 2 concerts coming up.
Ooh,
oh, like what?
Do you?
The Gordon Lightfoot Band on Saturday, and I think it's March 8th. I'm going to see Journey in Toronto.
Nice.
Oh, I was going to say something to you, Dawson. What was it? Ghosts are done for right now. They performed their last show for a while.
Yeah, it seemed like one of their last shows last month, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm glad I caught them because I'm like, well, they had a good run.
Yeah.
It was a fun show.
Thanks, the Pink band and Lou. I see someone in a leather jacket, long hair. I'm like, hey, that's an astronaut. Take me to the moon.
Well, my interview with them is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to start from their
That's
childhood,
awesome,
how they got
JJ.
into music, and building up till how they started their band and what they've been doing before they hooked up and started doing what they do now.
Well, it was a great interview. I learned a lot.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to ask a lot of questions because I want to save it for my thing.
Well, I'm proud of you for stepping up and doing that. I'm proud of you. All right,
Yeah.
listen, people. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And we're out here. I gotta get going. Let me get something to eat, take care of
Yeah.
dogs, and then I'm gonna probably try to finish this book.
All right, let me do my outro.
Yeah.
All right. And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. Yeehaw!
We love you guys. Blessings. Keep kicking butt. Be positive. Help people. Pray for people. Be positive. No negative. And JJ, for the love of God, keep your clothes on. All right, we're out. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Yes, JJ, keep your clothes on. No one needs to know anything.